Welcome back to this puzzle in the Artisan of Glimmith. Uh, I am getting kind of stuck on this. I'm gonna just draw something in here. There it is. I could have finished it. I just saw it though. That. I just saw it there when I said I didn't know what I was doing. And then I saw it. How am I going to do it? I'm going to fit the 6. I'm going to hook the 6 over the 4. Yep. And then they all just fit together. There it is. Be a different color. Thanks. Wow. Okay. And this is part of that region. That was down in there. Was that the one that's sticking up? Yeah. There is now not a beam of light here. Okay. I need 5 more, which is this one, that one, that one. That's 3. And those. But then there should also be some hidden ones. Some bonus ones. So I don't know. Okay. I'm having a lot of trouble with some of these. Others just go so easily. There we go. If this is part of an S, it's got to be that. Now, this one, it can't go this way because obviously. So it does that. The question is, does it take that and that, or that and that? Either way, whichever it does, it is not taking this one. No, I don't know that that's all on its own. Oops. Okay. This could be with that, or it could be with that. This one needs to, it's only 2 there, so it's got to go this way. And then it's going to do that. Get that J in there. This one has to do that now. This T cannot come over here. So it must be that. This W can't take that. So it's there. Let's fill in some of these. This one is on its own. Okay. This can't take anything here. Well, it can't take all of that. So it must take that. And this one is going to have to come down here. So this one is that. Now we know that this one does that, and that's going to finish it. There are a lot of 4s here. Shape bank, we only have the I's and L's. Ha. That's one right there. Okay, right here. If this did that, then this would have to do that. Can't do that. Therefore, this has to do that. And then there's that. And that. I'm going to put these shapes in rather than work out the whole thing. There. We have only those 2 shapes that are available. I don't know which way this goes. Yes, I do. Again, with the notes, if this one were to take that, this would have to take that. This would have to take that. Can't do that. So it's here. Now, this one cannot take that. If it were to take that and that, I'd have these 2 isolated. So it does not take that and that, which means it doesn't take that at all. It must be contained within here. And it can't isolate that, so it's got to take that. Now this one here, and that gives me that, and that is going to finish it. Am I over-explaining some of these? Or am I under-explaining them? I don't know. A 5, a 4. I'll take... Ooh! That. Okay. I know this one must take that. I don't know what else it does. I know this one must take that. One of these takes that. Well, yeah, it does. One of them takes that. One of them must take that corner. Uh-huh. And the other one does not take the corner. I mean... This. there is a symmetry break here. That is going to be the only way of deciding which way things go. There are 36, 6 by 6. And there's this. And possibly those. It has to, in fact, be both of those. With one missing, I need to take 2 more out so that it's divisible by 3. And the only ones that can come out are these 2. So that's that. And now it should solve. That does that. This does this. Here, that, which gives me that, that, this one. Now we get that, and there's that, and 2 more to finish. Hard one. Ooh, okay. 49. It's a 7 by 7 grid. That one? This one could be that. It could be that. It could be that. Could be that. And it could be that. There is no shape bank. That one. How about that one? No, again. This could do that. No, it can't do that. Because that would break this one. Would have to do that. So this can't do that. And it can't do that. If it tried to do that, this would have to do that, and this is broken. If it did that, then this is still broken. Yeah, okay, this is the actual key right here. This one. That has to be part of that L shape, and the only way to do it is right there. Now I know that this doesn't come up here. If it was upside down, it would be cutting that off. If it was this way, then there'd be that one. This one wouldn't be like that. But it could be that. allowing that. That would mean that, and that would break. This could also do this. And then there's that, that. Ah, this. Okay. Now I'm not sure. What did I just see? Whoops. Redo. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna restart the whole thing. It doesn't even restart. Clear. There. There's that. What was that I saw? It was something to do with this. If this came out here, this one can't trap that. Therefore, it cannot take that and that. That is not allowed. Okay. This one can't do that. It can't do that. And if it did this, this would be forced to go that way. And that would be there. This would be stuck. This could do that, and then this could do that. This one would have to come down here. Then this one is here. There's a single there, that. All of that looks like it works. That way. Can't take that, and can't take that. It doesn't fit this way. Can't be there. Now that leaves the options to as that and that. This would have to take that. This would have to be here, and that would trap that. Therefore, this T goes like that. Now we can do that. This one must take that. I don't know what else it does just yet. This one must take that. It can't take these because that would kill that one. So it does this, which means this one does that, that, this. Right here we have that. Now, so there are still shapes that are not marked. This one, if it tried to do that, that would be immediately broken. If it did this, Then this would do that, and that would do that. And this one would not have 4 anywhere. That is important. I need 4 here. This one has to be 4 long, which means it's got to take that. And I don't know what else it takes. So this goes this way. That does that. Now this one is here. That's got to do that. This one does this. This does that. Now this one can't take that one, or it would have to take that or that. It's got to be 4 long and then bend, which means it's got to come up here. And then it's got to go this way, because if it went the other way, it would be closing this one in. That and that. Finish and finish. How are we doing? We are 1 away from completion. That one right in there. Ooh! There is a single... Okay, everything... Oh. Okay. There are options. There are options. We have this L triomino and this big 4x4 open box. The triomino has to fit inside the box and fill it, which means this can't do something like that because that leaves a hole. This must go around, and it can't go this way, but it has to go around something, one of these holes. This one in particular leaves this cut off, and this is a mess down here. So it's not that one. If it did here, it would have the same problem with this and that and this. So it's going to go here. That is a color. Oh wait, that's broken. That is broken. That is broken. Okay, there's got to be another solution. I see it. I see it. Give me a restart. I looked at that, and I looked at this. I didn't look at this. That's the one it's got to be. And now I don't get that nice color anymore, huh? Now, everything has to be either that big box, which does not fit anywhere else on the board, or the little L. I don't know that that's right. I know that this has to come out here, and that has to come out here. Wow. There's still plenty of room for things. 2 of these fit together. Okay, I do know that... No, I don't know. I know... Okay, this must be cut off there. If how do they fit together? It's got to be all the same shape now, except for that one. How am I going to fit them together, though? No, I did not mean to do that. Whichever way I go, it's going to find its way around. Yeah. Like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, there, that, this, that, and that. Or it could go this way, and right here, that's where it breaks. If I go that way, then I can't do this. So it's that one. And then the whole thing just completes. Just like I had just drawn that in. One, two, three, however many. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is 31 of 31, and that is still incomplete, unsolved. So I've got a +1 in this region. Where's the +2 and the +3? Where are they? Oop, right there is one. I haven't gotten that one. And then there should be one other to stick to the, there it is. Right there. So there's a 6, there's that 5, and that 4 are left. And I will attempt those in the next one. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.